And
And we're live. All right, thanks for watching Dash League. Today we're going to be commentating Acid versus HOTU. In the booth with me, I got quite a few people. I got Percent, I got Quad, and I got DM with me. What's up, guys?
what up? This is a good one. This is a good one. Basically, what you have here is the babyest team of CLNM versus the baby team of Onyx, which is a former CLNM team. Things didn't work out in that regard. You know, Onyx was fed good bit of stuff and then decided that they didn't want to contribute and collaborate like the rest of the teams who stuck with CLNM, so they went on their own way, and then they started their own team Acid by destroying Nex and creating a new one with their own, captains in place. So it's kind of exciting to see what Acid's going to do, because they do have good players, and it's like, oh, it's a brand new team, but at the same time, I'll bet you any amount of money that the average amount of time spent on VR from the players on Acid is at least 2 to 3 times as long as the average amount of playtime in VR as the players on HOTU. So just because HOTU's an older team doesn't really mean much in that regard. I mean, of course, playing Hyperdash more is going to be significant, but a lot of those skills from Rec Room carry over pretty well to Hyperdash, and we've seen that a lot of times.
Yeah, for sure.
Who you got in this one? I mean, honestly, it's hard to say. HOTU is very lineup dependent right now, just because they are so young. We do see Team Insane in there, that's big. We see Semp in there, that's big. Tatarat, which used to be known as Peanut Jello, big. Corey, big standout player for them, who just keeps on getting better and better. He's the captain now. Good shit. And then Goblin's been around for a long time. On the other end, Scrat, who you guys in the booth are familiar with, used to be on your team for a little bit. Very, very familiar with Scrat. The first time I met Scrat, he was talking so much shit, and some of the other players in the lobby were just like, "Oh my god, that's Scrat," and I'm just like, "Okay, like this will be interesting." Well, then I see the dude with shotguns, and I'm like, "All right, this is gonna be, this is gonna be stupid." So I just messed him up a few times, and I tried to tell him, like, "Look, bro, I'm just gonna be honest and try to help you out. Shotguns suck in this game in most formats. Like, they're a very niche weapon that you should only use in very particular moments." And it was an argument, but then he ended up on the team, and I think we tried to help him out. But you know what? He does whatever he does to make things work, and he's become a significantly better player than when he was on the. And it's exciting to see transformations and growth in this league. So I'm excited to see what Scrat can do today. On the other hand, you got Mario, who is a friend of a lot of the guys from Onyx, and that's probably why he's on this team and the captain. And he's a good player. He's a strong player. He started off, brand new, and within a very short amount of time started making a name for himself. Nova, he was on a team, and now he's moved over to Acid. Another really strong player. Adoption Paper is fairly new. He initially joined, what was it, Myrtle or something, and I actually reached out to Evil Pancake, who I know is a friend with him, and I said, "Bro, can you tell Adoption Papers to join Nex, because it had a lot of the other Rec Room players?" And he did, and he joined Nex, and that's cool. Now he followed his fellow Nex players over to Acid. So, yeah, a good bit of these Nex players, it's basically just Nex 2.0, and that's cool. And then Kai, brand new player. I saw him recently. He's, I guess, British or something, so that's cool. And this is going to be a good matchup. It's hard to predict winners here.
Yeah, these are the best kind of matches to cast and to commentate. Because, like, if you go in and you have no idea, like, it's so much better than when there's like an assured team or like a sure underdog.
That's right. That's right. Now, being that there are all these players in here, hopefully they just get this thing started. I know, hearing from players who've played and warmed up with Onyx, that Onyx will use the full amount of time to talk and try to get things ready, and it drags things out. And my opinion on the matter is simply, you should discuss your strats ahead of the game. I mean, you have a game today. Spend an hour before the match and sort all that shit out, and don't force the other team to have to stand around for 15 minutes while you prepare your game plan at the last minute. Are we no longer live yet? We dropped the stream on our end.
Yeah, I'm realizing that happened. I'm fixing it.
Cool.
We're still live on YouTube, thankfully. Okay. And we should be live on Discord right now.
I'm surprised that Acid doesn't have a D6 in the mix.
Yeah, they're notably missing D6 and Nano, and that's probably pretty big for them, missing out on 2 of their better players. But who knows? Who knows, man? Lots of changes and everything going on.
It looks like both teams are about ready to start. I'll go ahead and give them the signal in case they're unsure.
I'm picking.
Looks like they're
HOTU
starting
from the
with
lineup.
Canyon.
Yeah, I'm thinking HOTU's gonna take it based on these lineups.
Yeah.
Yep.
My uneducated guess is that HOTU will probably take payload, but Acid has a chance on waterway.
Sure, but I will say this: you have really good opportunity here with some of these young players like Scrat and stuff who are just unknowns, and Mario. Mario was a top scorer prior to this, so it's not really a open and shut case. But on the flip side, I believe that Team Insane is absolutely a game changer when he plays, and that's huge for this team. I think the more important thing though is going to be how does HOTU adapt and coordinate. Do they play team strategies? Do they kind of play 2v1s, 3v1s? Or are they going to be the one with one player fighting 3 at a time? That's going to make a big difference in this. See Nova getting there with a quick headshot. He's going to pop out and immediately get taken out. They saw him a mile away and knew what to do. So good job on their end. That's HOTU showing a bit of maturity, which is awesome to see. But right out the gate, Nova 3-1. Really impressive. And Tatarat 3-1 as well. And Corey 3-0. So, I mean, this team knows what they're doing. Shockingly, Team Insane's off to a slightly slow start, but you know what? Whatever he's doing, he's distracting them because we're not even seeing anyone contesting this payload yet. They're free to push this all the way. And that's a bit of an Onyx strat we've seen up to this point over and over again. They don't really care about your initial push. They'd rather stop you once you get to this lobby. And in some ways it's good. It protects their KDs, which is cool. In some ways it's bad. It gives them extra time to push the cart uncontested. But look, like, so right now, this is the first time we're seeing the payload stop. And getting all the way to this point in the lobby before stopping is kind of a big deal. But we'll see how everyone adapts. Right now it's time for them to push back in and get everything stopped. Okay, is the stream down? No, we're good. Adoption papers still hiding back here. Don't particularly recommend these strategies, but you know, every team's got their own thing and they all figure it out in their own ways. Good headshot there, getting taken out right after that. Goblin at 5-2, killing it, man. Goblin's been around forever. Cool dude. Just got back from Vegas. Probably gave him a little bit of a boost, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, definitely feeling lucky now.
He is feeling lucky. Dude, he told me he stayed in the Venetian, which is sick.
Oh,
really nice hotel. Awesome
they're living
stuff.
large.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and I love Vegas. It's great town, and really fun to visit.
Damn, well, Acid finally really stopping them. I think this is the first real stop we've seen in the cart so far.
Well, this is the biggest choke point in probably any map of the entire game. So this is where Acid can set up their defense and get things going. Nova is such a team carry right now, 14-6, over 2 KD. He's really impressive right now. It's cool to see. But Team Insane, man. Team Insane is a dude who can just dominate a whole team by himself. He's such a phenomenal player. He's going to take this dash for the go flank behind a little bit, take all of their dash pickups. Why not prevent them from getting them? Pop up here, try to win this fight, and he does, taking out Nova, their best player. And he's going to take another one out, and oh, this guy doesn't see him, and he's going to get him too. And look, that was a fellow headshotter moment. 3 headshots. 3 headshots. What a fellow.
Yeah, this disruption's going so well right now. Finally taken out. Adoption.
He gets a 4th kill, but you know what? It wasn't a headshot, but nonetheless, you are still a fellow headshotter. I think at the end of the season, we need a fellow headshotter award for whoever has the most highlight clips with 3 or more headshots in a row. You get a free nitro for a month from me, so submit your clips.
Oh, that's hype. Yeah.
That is hype.
Start recording everything.
You're getting the full nitro experience for 1 month. Yeah, you send me in, and it's got to be a league game, okay? But I want to see your headshot. I want to see how many headshots you can get in a row. So I guess we could either go whoever gets the most 3 streaks, the most videos with 3 or more, or we could go the one with the longest, headshot streak. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think the longest streak would be interesting. Like, there could be some crazy plays throughout the rest of this season.
So right now the headshot streak to beat is 3. But this has to be a league game, so I want to see it. And you can't die in between either. You got to be alive. So who can pull in the most headshot streaks this season will get nitro from me for a month. And any server I'm in, I'll give you a role, fellow headshotter role.
Exclusive role VIP. Okay, so HOTU actually taking the checkpoint for very good time too. Almost 8 minutes on the clock.
Man, this is actually amazing. Phenomenal job by HOTU. Getting checkpoints so quickly with plenty of time to get this puppy pushed all the way through. And you see what he's doing right there. He's aware of a lot of the current meta being sneak behind and take everyone out. But Adoption Papers, who's very new to the game, probably doesn't even know that. So he, instead of dropping down by that old mid-spawn and coming out by the cart where everyone was expecting to come, drops down from the rocket ledge with a rocket and takes the cart out. It was a smart play, but I don't even know that it was an intentional play, which is like the best part of it.
Oh, he gonna get two?
Yeah, I think he will. Oh,
almost.
They take him out. Oh, by the way, just for clarification, your fellow headshotter has to be pistols. We're not going to play the splash damage headshot bullshit. So, yeah, pistol headshots only. Whoever can get the longest streak in a league game while staying alive. Nothing but headshots. The moment you get body shots, just for the kill, I mean, you can miss it. You can miss shots. You can make some body shots, but the kills have to be headshots.
I think we're going to be seeing some interesting clips for that.
I hope so. I really hope so. I hope that people alter their strategy just to try to win the fellow headshotter awards. Man, look at Semp. You know, so Semp is doing
Team
really
Insane right next to him.
Here. Yeah, this is good. This is really well coordinated. And look, when you see Semp and Team Insane together, those are two players who actually have a full season together playing well, and they coordinate well. And it's really cool to see how these duos develop over the seasons and how long people play together. And in some teams, you don't just have like one person has a duo partner. No, you'll have like one person who really understands how to play with 6 players on his team. And so you'll oftentimes see him with any one of them. And they're both just like really well coordinated, watching each other's blind spots and making sure that the payload's getting moved or the buttons are getting pressed. And it's always fun to see it that way.
Really clean defense from Mario right now. Actually,
getting really good hold here, yeah, and he's making it so that they can't do much. He's doing a good job. Mario is one of those players who really stepped up to the plate really quickly, learned this game. But again, I don't know Mario personally. I know he's from Rec Room, I think, and that's probably translating over here pretty well. Getting taken out, finally getting some cart movement. Now, one mistake I see HOTU making here is multiple bodies on that payload at that moment in time. When you see that you've got more than one person there, immediately send someone up to go disrupt a bit. You don't need 2 there because you're so vulnerable having your cart sideways, perpendicular to the spawn rail.
Basically just sitting ducks for a rocket, sitting ducks for a shock.
Right, or even just pistol. I mean, you need a meat shield to just run up to that spawn rail and take care of things.
Yeah, like the advantage you're going to get from the speed boost having 2 on there isn't going to outweigh the distraction from a disruptor.
That's right.
Team Insane getting on the cart.
Good job. But even if you're taking that rail and you're dying, you're still... Ooh, shit, nice headshot. Can we get a fellow headshotter, Steve? No, we can't. We cannot.
Oh, trade there.
And honestly, I take that trade 9 out of 10 times. Those shocks could have been devastating if they were getting a push going.
Yeah, that trade is a
Team
W
Insane.
for the pistol player.
Team Insane is crazy, man. He's crazy.
He makes his team insane.
Really, he does. And HOTU is just being extremely impressive right now. It's like almost unthinkable that they're gonna lose this.
Yeah.
So CLM baby team versus Onyx baby team, and CLM baby team showing up for now. See what happens. Interestingly enough, I saw Onyx all in a scrimmage rather than watching their own creation play the game.
Damn. What do you think they're watching now?
I think they're watching themselves.
Wow.
Hey, sometimes you're more important than others, even if you claim to train them,
It's okay. They can come back and watch the VOD. They'll get our beautiful commentary.
Hey, that's very important. You gotta hear percent and TK and DN and quad.
Exactly. How else are you gonna know how to play the game, or what strats they're using? You don't have percent whispering in your ear.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, percent probably taught me more about this game than anyone else.
I'm a little bit of a mic hog.
Well, you know what you're talking about, so it's like feel free to hog the mic all you want.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You know, someone called me the other day. What was the like a game hog was the word, and he got the whole lobby to report me, including my own team. So these guys actually told my teammates to report me, and they said, "Look, he's being a game hog. He's stealing every kill, so you don't even have a chance to have fun. You need to report him." And they're like, "Look, there's no report for this, so just report him for cheating." And you know, don't feel guilty about it because he's being
I'm
a
not-
game hog. And there we go. They finish. How much time left on the clock? 2 minutes 40 seconds.
Yeah,
That
it's
is a
great finish.
phenomenal push by HOTU. HOTU
Yeah.
has to be feeling good about this. This is definitely a morale boosting win and a great one at that. Good job, guys. And everyone across the board doing well. Honestly, though, if we look at it, Acid's not doing poorly in the KD department or anything like that. It's more about the coordination side of things. They have yet to figure that out. I'm sure their coaches will get with them and button up their strats and fix their coordination side of things because the raw talent is there. It's really just a lack of experience and a lack of knowledge.
Yeah, for sure. They're definitely talented. They just could use some help on the coordination and positioning and stuff like that.
And we see that a lot of the times. We see that a lot of the time. Or we'll see the opposite, where a team's excessively well coordinated and their 1v1s just aren't there. And it's like, personally, I'd rather have the mechanical skill and be able to learn the coordination side of things
Team
than
Insane.
not have the mechanical skill. Yeah, Team Insane.
He's already killed
The
6.
name-
He killed 6 right there.
The name is so fitting. It's so fitting. The guy is insane, and he's a team. He's a team by himself. I love that man. He is such a beast. He is such a beast in every way. Oh, good, and he's already back. That's another thing I really love about Team Insane. When he dies, he's not a cautious type. He is back there ready to kill more people, and he does. It's it's a very rare that Team Insane loses a fight and gets back into the fight and dies right away. Like he almost always takes out at least one more person. Is Scrat? No.
Looks like Scrap might have lost connection. 4v5 currently.
Let's put the camera on him just to verify that. Yep, and that's gonna cost him. I mean, but this is part of being, this is part of the game, right? The game mentality is important. We talk about in sports oftentimes. You've got the actual skill levels, you've got the mental side of the sport, and then you have in this game the internet connection. I mean, your battery charging. These are all factors that make a player good. I don't care if you can be Recco when your headset's charged and your internet's working, but the moment that, it's not working, all of a sudden you've become useless to the team. These are things that you have to work on, and these are decisions that captains have to make when selecting who's playing in what games.
Yeah, because not even just the skill at the game matters, like the mental game and what they're thinking before and after the match, it's important too. Like if you go in with the wrong
Absolutely. It all
mindset,
plays into it.
you're not going to perform at your best for your team.
That's right. And if your internet shits out on you, well, dude, then that has to be factored into how good of a player you are. It may not be your fault. Like, no one's saying it's specifically your fault, but if you're out of the match for 4 minutes at a time or whatever it is, then you're hurting your team and you're making it more difficult for them to win games. So you definitely need to button that shit up. There are a lot of ways to improve things, and being on Acid, you have Zed as a resource. I would 100% hit him up and see if he can help you out with those internet issues.
Looks like Scott is back. Oh.
Good
Oh,
job. Good.
Nova almost gets a 3-piece, gets taken out. He's out of ammo.
Yeah, Nova's a crazy strong player too. I mean, his KDs is weak right now, but he was playing some 4v5s, and he's playing against a really strong Team Insane. And I mean, Team Insane, dude. Love this guy. Watching him play is so fun. He is just an energetic dude with good accuracy and a good mind for the game too. I don't know if you've ever played with him in game, but he's got good ideas and good callouts. And if his team can listen to him and let him direct the flow of everything, they're gonna win because he does have a pretty good understanding of how things are supposed to work. And I've played with him, and I've heard the stuff he says, and it's always pretty spot on.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is another thing often not talked about. I mean, like, you got your Peyton Manning, who's the player coach for, when he was playing at quarterback, and he made quite a bit of the decisions and real-time decision-making. Every team really has to have that quarterback who can call everything out and direct the flow of everything. It's so critical. I mean, very rarely do you find a team who's super successful without a pretty good shot caller.
Yeah, you can put 5 hardcore aimers on a team with no coordination, and they could lose to some pretty weak teams. I feel like.
That's right. That's right. And that's what it comes down to. And honestly, some teams like our team, we have like 3 or 4 people that I could confidently throw in there and let run comms, and sometimes we all do. You'll hear Taser directing the flow of traffic mid game, and it's super helpful because the person calling shots doesn't always have the full picture in front of him, you know, depending on where he's been playing and what's happening to him. He may not have the full idea of everything, and yet Taser's out front, he's getting all these kills, and he knows exactly what's happening, and so he's telling the team what to do, and it's really beneficial. So the more people you have who basically understand the full set of what you do and how to like compensate and make real-time changes, the better off your team will be.
HOTU's sending a lot of people just down main rail.
Yeah, no real group ups from Acid here to try to push this cart forward. They're just kind of trickling in one by one, and it's not very effective so far.
Does Hopkins get taken out by something?
I mean, but trickling in a game like this, the difference between trickling and grouping up is almost just, are you winning your 1v2s and allowing another teammate to fall behind you and create this artificial group up? Because I do see teams who will literally just hang out and spawn or whatever to get a group up going, and it's like when you play those teams and you're sitting here in this defense like where Sem's at, and you see no one coming out for like 30 seconds, what do? You send people forward to go fuck their group up. Like, you're gonna end it because you know what they're about to do, and you know they're all sitting ducks, and because of the way Peekers works, you're obviously going to be able to take advantage of that. You just sprint right there and take a few out, and now their group up's done. They're going to have to push in with 2 or 3 players at best. So it's all about winning these initial fights. It's a really, really key part of this. Right now, I do see multiple Acid players flowing in. The question is, what do they do when they get there? Do they have the understanding and game sense to know what to do post push-in? I mean, you have a group up, good. Now what do? Do you go for kills? Do you go for cart? Is there a specific player that you target that's more important to kill than the rest? I mean,
that could be big!
Like this is Mario doing a good job.
Only 15 seconds left, and they have 1% left to go. They need...
Daddy Team Insane is going to do his best to stop that. Oh, headshot. He's one flowing out. Can he get another? Oh, he didn't get another headshot, but he got another kill.
They're scrambling to get back to the cart in time. Can it happen? They get the overtime. They're rushing on. HOTU keeps going down, but no, HOTU wins the fight. One more scrap makes it.
No, oh, wow, man, this is a long overtime, but HOTU does it. They do it. They pull it off. They pre-checkpoint them. They made it 100% with multiple minutes left. So this is quite the turnaround for HOTU after last cycle. I'm sure they're really excited about this win. This is big, and they had a win earlier. I should say that. Spoiler alert. But good shit overall. Good shit overall. They did it. They pulled off the win on this map. They're going to be looking to get another win on the next map. I'm curious what they're playing. Okay, they're playing Waterway.
No,
Waterway to me.
My bad. That is supposed to be Canyon for the fancy scoreboard video.
Right. But for the next one, they're going to be playing. And look at Team Insane, 71 kills, 81,000 points, 8,100 points. The dude is a beast. I love watching him play. No Corey, 51 and 36. Fantastic job, man. You guys did an excellent job stepping up and taking that win. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, all right. So next map, I believe, is Waterway, right? And Waterway is, to me, based on Team Insane alone and Semp's abilities, it always felt like Waterway would be their best map. But for the longest time, HOTU was convinced their best map was Corey, and I'm sure they're good at it, but it's like, dude, you have 2 players who could absolutely just by themselves dominate a map in Waterway. And I think you should like really focus in on that because that's what's so crucial. And I'm glad to see that they're going to do that.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking HOTU is going to take this one. They were incredibly more aggressive on Canyon, so the aggressiveness normally wins here.
But I will say, Waterway does oftentimes come down to killing ability. Now, granted, we saw with Bias that didn't do it. So it's killing combined with timing and luck in some regards. And the luck can be reduced down to more skill the more you understand the game. But I have a feeling HOTU is going to take it. Acid did win against Bias, right, on overtime. So maybe there, but at the same time, we don't see the same players in. We don't see D6. We don't see Nano. So they're missing their carries, and that's probably going to be pretty significant in this matchup. I'm wondering if Acid and Onyx just kind of didn't put full stock into HOTU's abilities and didn't really put more effort into this victory, into this game to getting a victory. So Either way, amazing job by HOTU. That was a really, really impressive performance on payload. I'm really happy to see that.
Yeah, you can't sleep on
And
HOTU. They're pretty good.
I'm gonna put a little plug in for myself. We did a walkthrough the other night, and I went over some stuff with them, and I watched them execute fairly well in a lot of those areas. So I'm really happy and proud of that. I'm always gonna be proud of any team that I've been able to help, that's been able to take in what I've said and use it. Sometimes you coach a team up. Last season I coached Blood Up, and unfortunately I can't say that they've been doing any of the shit that I taught them. But I mean, I'm being honest. Like, I really wanted to help them, but you know what? Every team has to make their own decisions on how they want to approach things, and so they've got their own approaches. They did clean up against, who was it, Fair or something like that, but Fair's been off to a rough start this season, and they've dropped a lot of games by significant margins so far, but they'll get it together as time goes on. They've got good mentors in the Fear guys and the rest of the FR teams.
100%. They look like they might be waiting for me. I'll go ahead and give them this so they know.
Yeah, always fun to drone bag, get the thing started.
So what do you guys predict? I'm thinking 3-0, HOTU, 17 minutes left.
17 minutes. That's a pretty bold prediction. I'll give Acid 1 point. I think there's going to be 10 minutes left when HOTU wins it.
I honestly can't say. I think Nova's going to be a difference maker for them if they can get a point. It's going to be off the back of what Nova can do. But it just depends on the approach Acid decides to take. Mario, this is actually fairly intelligent dashing for a brand new player. Tatarat takes him out, but it's not for lack of, what the fuck are you doing?
Tatarat's about to take him out. What are you doing? Adoption papers.
I'm gonna highly recommend against that. That meta is dead. That is not something that we currently see working at any of the higher levels of play, using the sniper in that fashion. If you're going to snipe anymore, just learn to use 2 snipers simultaneously, because that's basically the current meta. But that said, Acid's taking some buttons and gaining some control, and that's pretty good. But they're going to lose it.
And there, HOTU actually triggers the countdown.
Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, but they countered at 2 buttons simultaneously. O2 grabbing one of their buttons back. Grat over here just protecting the enemy base. Good stuff. I mean, when you can hold the enemy base, that's a significant difference maker. Corey must not have seen him come behind. He did get a kill in front of him, but missed out on this one. Scrat doing a great job, not even using shotguns, which is cool. Honestly, if he wanted to grab shotguns now that he's in the enemy base, I wouldn't blame him. I think that's fine once you're already here, because you don't have those long-range fights anymore. And that's where the shotguns truthfully struggle, is those long-range fights. Goblin is holding his own button. He needs to...
Mortal threat.
Yeah, he watched a little too much Mortal games, and he needs to get out of that base as quickly as possible. Mario is holding down Acid's base now, so even though he was there, he wasn't able to do that, and they still didn't get their own button back, even though they wiped the enemy out. I don't even know if they know this. Right now, they do not have control of their own button. Oh, and they finally get it back.
Can we get the button colors showing? Because I don't see that on the screen.
Oh,
if you look in the bottom, if you look in the bottom right, if you look in the very bottom right, you can see it. It's very small, but it's visible.
Oh, yeah, that's weird. It should be a lot larger. I have no idea why that's cut off.
Goblin getting taken out there. Right now, KD's fairly even across the board with one exception, and I don't even think I have to say his name. I mean, Team Insane is the type of player who could probably play on literally any team and still get some significant playing time. He's good enough that he could play on a Team M or a Arc or a D, but he also does have some time issues. You know, the guy's super busy in real life. So he found a team that really fits with that. And it's really fun to see. Like, he comes out here and he's a carry, but I mean, he's over 2 KD right now, and it's impressive what he does. Oh shit, did we miss a point? Is that what just happened there?
I believe so.
Yeah, I just got
okay,
one.
well, you know what? I don't care. I was talking about my boy, and I love Team Insane to death, so he deserves all the attention I can give him. And ooh, good kill by Mario there. But good point. So that's off to a strong start. I think Quadio's predictions looking possible, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. They have to score.
Come on, someone's got adoption papers. I barely know you, but I like you based on what Evil Pancakes taught me. So when you're watching the stream back, I'm just gonna beg you to stop that.
Red takes B.
Look like HOTU getting ready to push up to the blue base.
And look at Team Insane's actually not able to finish the kill, but you know what? He pushes in to get it. He's a very aggressive player. Headshot right there. Holding the button. Now they're missing their own button and they're missing B, but thank God they got Team Insane here to just absolutely wreck things over here. Another headshot. Oh, man, you missed the headshot or club by 1.
Oh, no, he's
Let's
caught
get some
out.
fellow headshot moments. Let's get some fellow headshot moments.
Scrat taking him out on B.
Scratch, come on. Scratch showing his mettle in this game. You know, he's leading in kills on his team, which is pretty impressive. They've got some good players, but Scratch putting work in. That's good. Tatarat coming in, getting a kill, taking out the pistol sniper. That's pretty big. You know, they're hiding behind a barrier, so getting the headshot on a pistol sniper is always a big deal. And Adoption Papers dropping the sniper, thank God, using a pistol, singular pistol. But nonetheless, Adoption Papers showing snipers. You know, that's an unfortunate meta I've seen Onyx use quite a bit, and also Arc. They like to really over pistol snipe. The thing is, if you have 5 pistol snipers and you kill everyone on the other team, can you win? You know, because now you got to get all those players over to the other buttons before everyone responds. That's just tough. You have to find a better balance.
Same thing on HOTU side.
Yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen.
All right, HOTU triggering the countdown. They lose C. They lose their own base. Oh wait, no, they lose the enemy base. I'm blind.
It's okay.
It's okay. The buttons are really small.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's not popping up.
Claudio's predictions getting in jeopardy just a little bit. They're gonna have to score real quick if they want to, you know, prove Claudio right. If not, it's cool. We'll kick Claudio from the league. No big deal. Goblin hopping around his own base right now, waiting for a dash pickup.
Red takes B. Blue takes B.
All right, we got a group up here, and I would call this a natural group up. It's not one of those awkward forced group ups where everyone's like, "Oh, let's get to B and hung out." No, they just killed their way to B. They haven't got taken out the pistol snipers yet to move to the next base. And in that scenario, that's when a shot caller comes into play and lets them know who should take what routes and where they should be going and how to get into the next level. Adoption Paper's playing very defensively, very defensively. I see him hiding in his own base. And this is just a welcome. You're literally like welcoming the other team to break in and kill you.
Yeah, normally if you put yourself in that position, you will give the other team the drop on you. They'll have the peeker's advantage when they come around. They'll usually come from above you.
Right. Ooh, so close. If he could have taken that kill on Mario, but Mario doing a really, really good job holding enemy base here. That's crucial. Team Insane finally taking him out, taking their own button back, and they lost B and C. Taking B, it's a 2v1. Corey's going to take him out. Good job on Corey's end.
You know what? I think HOTU's going to win this, but I think it's going to be 2-1. That's my prediction.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, this could go full length. Looking at how things have adopted right now, you've got a very overly defensive turtle strat going on Acid's side,